Hi everyone, welcome back to the channeling series. And today I have a message from the tarot, and it's the Empress card, right? So if you look at this card, the Empress, she is very comfortable in her skin, okay? She values herself, right? If you see, she's sitting in comfort, right? And she's enjoying life, okay? Now, the message for today is that also she values herself, right? And because she values herself, she takes care of her needs, right? She gives herself the best of everything, right? So the message for today is that where are you undervaluing yourself and actually blocking your own needs because somewhere you're not able to feel worthy of all the good things in life. Yeah. So, number one, if whatever you want, right, in life, right, you probably have a list, you probably have things in mind, right? I always urge you to write it down because then you are very clear about what you truly want. Um, and if you don't have that, right, that means that somewhere you don't feel worthy enough to have it. Because if you felt worthy enough, you would have it, right? So now comes how do you work on this worthiness, right? Because what's happening is that somewhere your worthiness is, or your lack of worthiness is actually blocking things from coming into your life, right? Now, how do you know, right? How do you know about that? There is a very simple example that you can think of. So when you think of this pen, right? Do you think that you are worthy of having this pen? I don't think there'll be any resistance within you, right? Of course, right? Like you don't really care. Then you think of, then you think of, maybe this crystal, right? Yeah, whatever. You don't really care. Then you think of maybe, getting a mic, right? Maybe some resistance. Do I really need it, right? But still not that much, right? You don't really care that much. Then you think of maybe the phone, right? You start to wonder, do you really need, an iPhone or something like that, right? And then I say, it starts to grow, right? Then you think of maybe certain amount of money, and then you think of a bigger amount of money or whatever, right? And then you make a list. And what happens in your body? What stories do you tell yourself when things start to grow, right? And those stories are what determine your worth, right? Do you feel worthy enough to live a certain way? Do you feel worthy enough to live, to sit on this cushy, beautiful, chair, seat, couch that she's sitting on? Do you think you're worthy of that crown, right? Do you think she's worthy of, it also, whatever she's wearing, she has beautiful flowers on it, right? So that also represents a lot of bounty, right? And she's also surrounded by bounty, right? And she is like at the peak of creation as well. She might even be pregnant, right? So this is also so that's also fertility, right? So she's at that cusp of like getting everything that she wants. She has that power to create, right? So that's happening because she believes that she deserves all of it. She's worthy of it all, right? So today's message is for you to understand and to actually go a little deeper to see where you feel you're not worthy of what you truly want. Because we might be thinking of a gazillion things, right? But when it comes to having it, we're not really sure. And how do you know you don't feel you're worthy of not having it? If you don't have it, you don't think you're worthy of it. Yeah. Now, what do you do about it? I would say the best thing, or I've been getting a download of, EFT, right? The best thing is start with EFT. There are so many prompts out there, right? I have some Ho'oponopono, I have this whole series that is going on. Maybe listen to that and do tapping, right? So even though I don't feel, so think of something that you truly want in your life, right? And you don't have it, this means you don't feel you're worthy, right? So let's tap around that. So even though, yeah, I don't have XYZ, right? I deeply and completely love and accept myself. Even though, and then start with your emotions. I feel like it's too expensive. And I don't feel like spending so much on myself. Even then, I deeply and completely love and accept myself. When I was 4 and I wanted a car, a toy car, and my mom said that, not now. Look at your dad. He's so worried. And all you need is this car, right? That's when I realized that I don't deserve good things, right? I'm not worthy of good things. Even then, I deeply and completely love and accept myself, right? Even though I truly, truly, truly desire that phone, but somewhere deep within, I feel like I don't deserve good things. I feel like I have to suffer in order to even get an iota of something good. Even with all of these beliefs, I deeply and completely love and accept myself, right? Even though I feel almost desperate and I feel bad about myself, I feel bad about my life, even then, I stop myself from enjoying good things because I feel like I can be worthy of bad things in life, but not good things. And even with this twisted mindset, I deeply and completely love and accept myself. Somewhere deep down, I feel that if I get good things in life, I will end up betraying my parents and my loved ones. And so I keep blocking good things in my life. Even with this belief, I deeply and completely love and accept myself. I'm constantly in this contradiction of I want something and then immediately I think of how and why I can't have it. Even in this contradiction, I deeply and completely love and accept myself. Yeah, so like this, I want you to do at least 15, 20, 25, 30 minutes of deep tapping, right? And if you think like you don't want to do the whole thing, you can just do it on your karate chop. Just tap on your karate chop and do this, right? Whatever is coming, let it flow. Your stories are very, very personal to you, right? Your inner child will tell you what your story is, right? But you need to connect with yourself. It's almost a meditative process, right? Do it every day till you feel like your stories come out, till you know that what is your worthiness story, right? And that's why when we do one on one work, you know, I can help and I can guide you in this story, right? Sometimes it becomes a little intense when you're working on your own and we don't know what stories we've gone through, how our parents were, what happened with us as a child and all of that, right? So it can be a little intense. So this is definitely one of the, important aspects of the work that we do, because when we know our stories, then we can change them. And if those stories are not serving us, we can change them. And that's the whole process, that's why I love the process of healing, the process of deep integration work, right? And in order to change something within us, so we need to know what's there within us, right? And this is so today's message is for you to understand what your worthiness story is, what you're blocking, because you're blocking something, and that's the reason why it's not coming into your life, right? The message is that you are this empress, right? You are in her frequency, but somewhere you're blocking this frequency with your worthiness stories, right? And today you need to excavate it and look at it and transform it into something that will help you move towards this reality, right? And then embody this reality. Yeah. So that's all for today. I hope this message resonated with all of you. I will see you tomorrow with another message. Till then, signing off, Anisha Dutt from Zarya Healings.